Hello, guys, and welcome to the Valanth League Gold Plat Division Summer Split. We are here at our first semi-final. It is Ike taking on PMA, and boy, is this a grudge match. The winner advances to the finals and secures a second place finish in the split. The loser is knocked out and shamed by the community. Okay, maybe not that last part. We'll see how it all ends up. I am Byron Villa, and joining me is the ever wonderful Sir Jonjo. Jonjo, how are you
Yeah,
feeling about this match?
I'm feeling great actually. I think we're gonna have have an absolute barn burner. We like it doesn't. We don't need a psychic here to tell us that these teams are gonna go tooth and claw at each other. It's gonna be a beautiful watch, I think.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. And both these teams so evenly matched at the table.
Oh
There have been
yeah,
some fantastic shenanigans. I mean, predicting this match is really, really difficult. We were talking about it before the cast. I said 2-1 PMA. You said 2-1 Ike.
yeah.
Um,
I've got the Ike. Yeah.
and there are so many different strengths and weaknesses of both teams that I think could be exploited that make this champ select that we're going to watch right now so exciting because you've got things like flexibility to talk about. You've got certain players that might be weak links. Like the potential is huge, and I really want to see what's going to happen. Is the Ziggs is the first one to hit the band?
Yeah, that seems to be a directed pick Lyacon there in the mid lane for PMA. You'd have thought, or maybe from Last has been experimenting with this in the Mage's bot era. We've seen him play the Vladimir down there before.
Yeah, we have. Last a very big fan of the off-meta bot lanes, so
Hmm.
we'll see if he can bust them out, and that's part of the flexibility of both these teams. I mean, Last certainly not going to be the first one, not going to be the last one to play those off-meta bot lanes. Ike, I mean, you talk about that solo lane. Simon and Wanty very happy to float around the middle and the top lane, which allows them to secure plenty of counter picks.
Yeah.
Both these teams have their little edges in the draft, and I'm interested to see how they use them.
Are
As the
we?
first pick is ticking down.
Yeah, it really is. Another thing to note here, Byron, is we aren't. It's not going to be like Worlds. We're going to get different AD carries, and we've actually got Vladimir locking already here.
Yeah, we do, and we know Last likes to play this, and it's where I expect it to go.
Mm. Oh.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I do really like this because we were talking about earlier when Ike took down PMA in the split at week 8. The way they did it, they camped bot lane really, really hard. Impress was on that Jarvan, and they had the Tyson Nautilus bursted down Last and Tapman Gandhi. And I like almost the reply to that game with the Vladimir here because Vladimir is able to absorb a lot of pressure. Of course, it's going to be hard to gank someone who can dip into a pool.
Yeah, it really is. But looking at the replies already in this game from IKE, Mordekai's the Jarvan locked in. I talked to you earlier about this Jarvan pick. I was like, this will be one of the three big picks in this game. We also said the Vladimir as well, but that's an on lock in, my man. What is
Yeah,
happening?
well, I'm liking this draft so far. I mean, the Jarvan, one of Impress's massive comfort picks, and we've seen him
Hmm.
use quite great success. What it looks like is we're going to have a top lane matchup of Ornn and Mordekaiser, unless there's some Flexi shenanigans over the Ornn. Um,
Mm.
and as someone who does play the Ornn, John Joe, I'm going to ask you, with your top lane expertise, how do you feel this matchup is for Ornn? Because if I'm looking at it, I'm saying Mordekaiser probably wins out.
Yeah, well, definitely early, I'd agree. That's one's that's where he struggles the most in the early game. And when you get in that late game, this is where he becomes a monster with the items he can give you and just the buffs as a team overall he offers. It can put you thousands of gold ahead in that respect. But I'll tell you what, we know Lordio has been playing on jungle. Do you reckon this is the reply to the Jarvan?
It could be, and it could also be on support. We've seen that played at Worlds, so like,
Yeah, Gandhi is a former top lane main. You're right. We could see this flex three ways.
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, dare I say it on mid? Dare I say it? I don't think I should. I think we should stay away from that.
I
Uh,
I will have to say though, Aridopsis, also known as Spring, I don't believe has played this split, the Ornn.
oh yeah, that's a good point actually. So we could see it flexed around. Can't really support anymore. The Alistair is there. I'm surprised they picked the fresh into the Alistair.
Mm.
Um, usually you pick Alistair as a kind of a counter into the hook champions because they hook you in and then you combo them like mad and you don't die. So we'll see how that matchup kind of plays out because it's something that I have opted into.
Yeah, it really is, but we know how much of a god Flyer can be on these hook champions. He loves the stuff like the pike. I believe we've seen him play the Blitzcrank as well this split. So what can one more hook do?
I tell you what's a fantastic bit for Ike here. They just got Oriana. Keep it
The
simple.
Oriana has been banned, by the way.
Oh, of course it had. Oh, I'm a dunce. Hey,
Yeah,
it would have been a good one, but
it really would.
the focus now on this Varus, which similar kind of thing. They've got Jarvan Fresh Varus. The amount of engaged potential in those three champions alone is huge. You've got the Jarvan Flag and Drag, the Fresh Hook, and the Flay. You've got Varus with his Chains of Corruption. You've got so many different options here for Ike to create plays around this bot lane. And it's how they succeeded last time, so we'll see if they're going to be able to execute it like they have.
Yeah, and I think we could be going even more off meta here for the side of PMA. We believe that is the Vlad bot at this point, but there's also been a cast locked in, and we might even get. I know we might actually get an AD here. They are hovering them.
That I feel like they're baiting, but I'm not too sure. This is the beauty of the flexibility of these drafts is that
It's insane.
we have no idea where most of these picks are going until the last pick comes in.
No.
Oh,
Oh, he's bringing out the big guns, Byron.
is that the last vein? Is
I
that the
really.
last vein?
It could be, my friend, and this
This
is what we're all hoping for.
and for those who didn't know, last split, as the MVP of that split, bear in mind, he played Vayne a lot, and his Vayne was sublime, beautiful. And now, despite the fact that there's been a very clear statement from Ike saying, we're going to come bot lane with the Fresh, the Varus, the Jarvan, it's kind of obvious, he's going to say, all right, I'm still going to pick the short range AD carry who's abusable in the other game. And guess what? We're still going to win.
Yeah, he really has, and I'll tell you, Byron, right now that Vayne pick just confirmed the Ornn jungle. Hell yes.
Oh, this is so exciting, and what I like from PMA here is that they have played to their strengths the same way that Ike have. I think both teams have done a great job of acknowledging. Okay, Ike, what they're best at is early game playmaking. That is what
Yeah.
they're really good at. Getting a snowball going, typically in their bot lane, but can be in any lane thanks to Impress's fantastic ganks. Then using that to snowball the game forward. Whereas PMA, they are very much more about the scaling picks, going towards the late game, the big 5v5 team fights, and winning them out through superior macro, going for the right objectives at the right time. That's how PMA like to play. And look at PMA's composition and tell me that isn't late game. They got Vladimir, they got Cassiopeia, they got Vayne, and they got two tanks.
Yeah,
Like,
they've got the Ornn as well, which is huge. I think you've got to be looking. We thought it might be IKE who do go late game here. We were discussing that earlier, I
yeah.
believe, Byron. We said maybe Ike go late game and counter the weak link people do sometimes see in spring.
Yeah, I certainly thought there was a possibility that you're scaling in the top lane and then Spring can't really do much about it. And then there's a free scaling top lane. But on the other hand, that isn't how I play typically, and I think
No.
I prefer the fact that they're sticking to their guns. It's like if 100 Cobra were like, we're not gonna play bot centric this game. I'm not feeling it. Like it's the same kind of thing. Like
Mm.
Ike are they are a really strong early game playmaking team, and it's good to see them stick to their guns. And I'm very much expecting solo kills. Simon is a very strong top laner. One of the Mordecai's I imagine Spring will be under a lot of pressure. And despite
Yeah.
this mid lane being very scaly,
Mm.
I imagine the link up between the Viger cage and the Jarvan CC has to be huge. And Ornn's
Mm.
no slouch either, so
No,
yeah.
but the thing is, when looking at early pressure, you are looking down this side of Ike. The amount of pressure they can put off before the Ornn gets level 6. You will see Ornn gank a bit before with the Aftershock, because he can QE and E onto walls. But it's you don't. I do believe the Jarvan is a little bit better when it comes to that, because you've
Oh
got
yeah.
the flash, flag and drag. Uh, Ice loves to use that move, and Impress, I'm sure, could do it himself here. So yeah, I think as an early game jungler, I think Jarvan is slightly better in that respect, but Ornn should outscale.
Yeah, and it's that big level 6 power spike. That's like PMA are very weak in the early game. Like, we have to emphasize this
Mm,
because whilst it's always about the late game being absolutely bonkers, that early game is very exploitable, and that's where I play around. This level
yeah,
6 power spike for Lordio is going to be huge if he can make it. Because I imagine if there's lane priority in the bot lane and the top lane, there's going to be invade happening. He's going to be losing some camps. That's what I'm expecting. And
yeah.
so it's going to be difficult in the early game for Ludio to hang on. But as soon as he hits that level 6 mark, his ganks become so much easier and so much stronger because you can do them from such a longer range. You have so much more CC potential. And it's going to allow for some fantastic counter ganks. Say you're doing your red buff, and then all of a sudden, I gank bot lane, just walk over on horn, and you're just in range to help out your bot lane there. And it could be the difference maker in these early game snowballs that are going to be trying to get built up by Ike.
Yeah, it really could, and I've got to be honest. You are our expert on mid lane here, Byron. I know you play other roles these days, but I am putting you in that expert role for our mid laner matchup. But I do think that is going to be extremely important here because of the amount of CC they have in this mid lane. You've got the Veigar cage, Cassiopeia, Miasma, and I want to see the junglers focusing there.
See, for me, the mid lane, it could go two different ways. There could be a lot of ganks mid lane trying to get all this pressure there. You know, you've got good link up CC, like we talked about. But on the other hand, you know,
Mm.
you look at these two champions, right? Cassiopeia and Viger. They are not early game centric champions. These are
You're very
champions
right.
that want to scale up, scale up, scale up to the 4th, 5th, 6th, and that's where they feel comfortable. That's where they want to be.
Mm,
And so the issue with ganking mid lane is that you're ganking a lane that's not really going to hit that power spike until much later on. So you're
mm.
kind of investing in your future.
Yeah.
But we're all youngsters. We like to have fun in the moment. That's definitely how I describe Ike. They certainly don't invest in the future. They're investing in now. Um,
Mm.
um,
And
I'm,
yeah.
I really want them to get the focus spot lane because the Varus Fresh CC alongside the Jarvan is huge, and I'm expecting this mid lane to almost be like a handshake lane. A little bit when you get two tanks top lane, where
Mm.
it's just like, yep,
Yeah,
we're just
yeah,
gonna chill, have some fun.
yeah. Mm. I could see that happening, but I think we are going to get a lot of focus on that bot side. I know I did call out the mid lane earlier, but I think we will also see bot lane focus, just considering how I do play. Impress has looked towards this bot side a lot when playing against PMA, so maybe they will. Especially Varus should go over Vayne early. The Varus Thresh lane should win that out.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are now onto Summoner's Rift for Game 1 of the VL Gold Plat semi-finals. These two teams are dying to secure the victory here and move on to the finals. Failure is simply not an option, but it will be for one of these teams come the next 3 games.
Yeah, it definitely will be Byron, and we are getting the classic PMA stack here in the bush.
Yeah, it looks like Ike will not be getting caught out, but a little bit of chatting and all chat. Both these teams, there is definitely a little bit of bad blood after a
Yeah.
certain someone starting with a C, ending with a D, um, tries to make some smooth moves that didn't end up very smooth, and now
No.
it's good though because it's provided a very nice story. Like both these teams, not only are they super even, but now that this matchup means so much, not only to get to the finals, but to beat these darned of a team who did these darned things. Like it's great.
Yeah, it really is. And I think the biggest aspect of this is going to get really, really tense really, really quickly. I reckon tempers are going to flare. And this is just mainly because someone gets eliminated if they lose this, Byron.
Oh yeah, it's semi-finals. I mean,
Yeah, like, this is elimination now.
and it is make or break, and you have to think that there are certain mentals here I look at and I think, oh, if they have a bad 3 games,
Oh.
oh, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's an exciting prospect to have a look at. But going over to the lane skin, fairly calm level 1s for
Mm.
the time being. But both jugglers starting on the bot side of the map, going to be moving up to the top side and see what they can do there, which is another exciting prospect. Because it wasn't, and the top lane was another one of those lanes that I just was expected to pass by as all this bot lane focus goes down. But one good gank for either Simon or Spring can turn the match up.
Yeah, that is the damage of Maud early, my friend. That's Conqueror for you as well, which procs really well with his passive that comes up around him. It's just horrible to trade against. It seriously is. Playing into a Mordekaiser is never nice.
Yeah, it really isn't. He's one of my go-to bands when I'm playing top laners. I play a lot of range, so I'm fine. But eyes on audio here.
Yeah, Spring. Oh, he is going to come in for the gank. The headbutt lands. Jurga actually respecting the Ornn coming in. Level 3. Impressed going for the flag and drag. But yeah, an early flash blown in his bot side, Byron.
Yeah, I like how quick Trigger was in that flash, respecting the fact that the Ornn can be there. But at the same time, with that flash gone, it makes the bot lane of IKE a big target for some possible audio ganks. However, as we talked about, his ganks are not too powerful until he hits that level 6 mark, so we'll have to come back in a couple of minutes to see how this goes. But because a certain someone showed in the bottom lane, now Impress has been invading, took the blue buff, and is now looking to help out his mid laner.
Yeah, I think that does mean Impress. Is he 3 buffed him there by the looks of things?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's a 3 buff. Nicely done by the IKE jungler.
Yeah,
really good.
He's a level up as well. But he hasn't been able to secure a flash. Keep in mind that bot lane, despite the fact that Trigger did receive that flash, is currently a decent amount of CS up. And so is going well for the IKE bot lane right now. But I have to keep saying that this IKE team is going to be on a clock.
Yeah.
Because of the Vayne, Cassiopeia, the Vladimir, we're expecting them to be the proactive ones in the early game. If we fast forward 10 minutes and they haven't done much, then it becomes a real war.
It really does. And that is the scariest bit when it comes to these comps that have been lined up. The fact that they don't scale as well, like. And I think that could be the make or break point if it gets to 30 to 40 minutes here.
Yeah, like... Yeah, if you're hitting 30 to 40 minutes PMA comp, there is a huge worry. The issue is, though, is that I would say it's completely over. You've still got a Viger on your team.
Yeah,
like,
infinite scaling.
Like, and also, I mean, Drigger's playing a crit AD carry, so... It's just that it isn't that IKE scaling is bad, it's that PMA scaling is bonkers. More than anything else.
It really is. I quite like the Varus pick for Trigger. It's not something I've seen him play too much. The Kai'Sa was banned in Desire as well. So I am kind of glad we are seeing these different picks come out. I'm very happy we just aren't getting the world spot lane meta of Vayne. No, not Vayne, of Kai'Sa, Xayah. I wish someone played Vayne, but now Uzi's been eliminated.
Wow.
Back in the groups.
Wow.
Don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you know, it is interesting to talk about though. The reason that you don't traditionally see these AD carries like Vayne, like Varus said, the World Championships is because they lack that kind of like get me out of jail free card button. You know, Kai'Sa has her ultimate, which is a huge shield, a radiant eager to slither out of some situations, and Xayah's ultimate as well is fantastic for getting out of situations. You look at Varus, he doesn't really have a way to get out of situations other than hoping a chains of crits land. Vayne has the tumbles and can possibly outplay her ultimate, but it's still a similar issue, where if the AD carries get jumped on, it's over for them. And that can happen for both AD carries on this team. I mean, you look at the amount of CC available on IKE, we've already talked about it. If Lice gets caught up in any of that, he's dead.
We could see the Death Ram actually being sent out on this top side. And the Hemo Plague also goes down onto Simon. But that's first blood picked up by the Mordekaiser. And
huge.
Yeah, that is huge.
Oh,
A flash forward as well. They're bringing in Impress. The flash away by Gandhi. They want some blood down here in this bot lane. but that will just be that. Flash is blown from Flyer, Gandhi, and Last also burning the heal there.
Yeah, so it's an even trade in summoners in the bottom lane, despite the fact the jungler was there. But good news is the top lane kill is going to allow this Mordecai to just start snowballing, and
Yeah, that could.
It's a key thing for Ike, having a lane that can play around and snowballing. I feel like if you were able to stall out Ike to about the 20-25 minute mark and not let any other lanes get a real huge advantage, Ike just really will struggle at that point, because the way they play is fundamentally around snowballs. Whereas PMA, I trust a lot more in, even if their lanes aren't winning, I mean, their late game is always going to be strong as a team. Especially with their comp, I mean,
Yeah.
you need to get an early game lead, really.
You really do, but Impress actually looking for the red buff steal. He doesn't get it on, actually trading back, and he has the level 6 advantage. Is Impress caught out here? Lordio going for the solo kill, and he will pick that up. Impress biting off more than he could chew there.
Yeah, he did get spotted out, I believe. Oh no, he didn't get spotted out, he just walked in and Lordio was
Level
there.
6, yeah.
So, yeah, good tracking there by Lordio, and the use of the Ornhorn there means he can win out in the monthly run. And that's something that people underestimate. There's a reason they're using him as, I think he's one of the biggest counters to Revectin right now. Because he can trade very well into these champions, despite the fact he's a tank. And because of that, he's able to get the kill onto Impress. Now has a level advantage. That Ornhorn's going to be up in, I imagine, about 90 seconds. And then that gank, after that cooldown comes back to cooldown, is going to be huge.
Yeah, it really will be. And the fact Ornn is so good is because of the max health damage he has on his brittle procs. So with his W and his ultimate, they do apply that brittle, and that you get like a crap ton of max health damage. And I believe he actually leveled up off that buff, by the way. So Impress just got really unlucky that he didn't smite that, because if he'd have smited that, I reckon he'd have won that level 6, because Ornn would have only been level 5. So that was a crucial smite by Lordio.
It really was, yeah. And it's just showing how close these teams are. That one little smite can decide so much. And now Lordio saying hi to the mid lane. And once he disrespecting him though.
He doesn't get the primordial burst, and I think he just goes down for wastes the flash. It wasn't in range for the primordial burst, and that was that.
That was just over aggressive. Like, you can't be doing that. Whereas a jungler in your lane and you're flashing forward, like, that's just straight up disrespect, and he does get punished for that. And now, I mean, you're looking at Impress and Onesie, this mid jungle duo, who have been so strong for so much of the split. They've been very much a focal point for a lot of analysts when looking at Ike. And now they're struggling. Like, they're actually 0-2 together. It's Lordio on this own jungle, holding his own. Now securing a dragon for himself, despite the fact his bot lane has kind of been struggling in terms of priority.
Yeah, they are gonna look for the Ornhorn, Byron. They're going in, a knock-up on a Flyer here. He just explodes. Nicely done there by Gandhi. Wanty's in the middle of 4. He's gonna go down as well. PMA picking up loads in this early game, looking really good.
Yeah, and like I talked about, you need an early game advantage against PMA. Now they still have it in the top lane. Simon's doing a great job. He's at 15 CS, has that Oblivion Orb already. But at the same time, I mean, it's a real worry because there's a Vayne with a kill in the system. There's a Cassiopeia with a kill in the assist. Lordio's really big weak point was going to be that pre-6 point. He's past that now in this one. Like, PMA are set up for success now. As long as they are able to relax the game for the next 10-15 minutes, try and trade addresses at very least evenly, because they have leads and they should be going aggressive and trying to secure things proactively, then they should just win off this game. But the key thing to remember is that IKE have so many tools in these team fights that you can't count them out. Like, because of the amount of CC that they have, it's very easy for one player to overstep, get caught out by a fresh hook or a javelin fighting drag. All of a sudden they're dead, and then I can get stuff over that kill, and the snowball starts again. So it's all depending on how clean PMA can play the next few minutes of the map and how they can transition into the mid game.
Yeah, it really is. I you would want Ike to look towards this top lane where they do have the advantage, but I also want PMA to look towards this Rift Herald and just go for it really early. Rotate your bot lane up and just see if you can pick this up. And you should get plates at this stage because we're still under 14 minutes, I believe they head off at.
Yeah, really. What I want to see now, though, the Dragon's been took. There hasn't really been many platings, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But now is the time that you get kills. A very important thing to remember as a team is always to secure.
Oh, the stun does land in press, flashing over the wall, picking that one up. The real burst land. Yeah, that's a dead Cassiopeia. And another kill onto Ike.
And now I want to see Ike transition this into some sort of objective. They are securing some platings, but they're only going to be getting one off that kill. It's very, very important, at least in my opinion, for League of Legends as a 5-man team. If you get kills, you start to get objectives. You can't just get kills and help to win the game just purely off that. And what I've seen from Ike, which has surprised me, is that, from both teams, is that they've got kills, and there was like one time that PMA got a dragon, which is good, but there hasn't been enough of that. We got a kill, so we're gonna go get Rift out. Or we got a kill, so we're gonna go push in mid lane and get like 2-3 platings. Like, I want to see that kind of decisiveness out from the teams, and I haven't seen that yet, and it's what I expect from them.
Yeah, I can agree. I would quite like to see them take this Rift Herald at some point, Ike, if they do get objectives, and even PMA. I would like to see some focus on this Rift. But I'll tell you what the big thing was actually in that that kill there was the fact that that cleanse was blown by the Veigar cage. Like, we saw it the first time. We saw the cleanse being blown, and then they actually come back for this. And this could be another solo killer in this top lane. It's looking close. This is the thing.
Both these champions are so disgustingly sustaining.
Yeah.
But oh, mid lane action. They can fancy feet and kick.
Oh, the Hemo Plague being blown, but is Spring going to be able to get out of this one? He does have the hidden bloody pool available, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He does get whacked, and the healing does come through from Hemo Plague and his Q, which keeps him alive.
Yeah, very well played there from Spring there, being able to dodge around those abilities. If one extra Mordekaiser Q hits, then he's a dead man. So... The
Ornhorn actually been blown. They're going to look for something in this mid lane. Impress is there as well. The knockup lands onto Veigar. He will get low to the miasma now. Impress is actually bitten off more than he can shoot again and gets a bit too close to that. Lordio picking up a kill in the mid lane from a nice... We have the 2v2s there.
And now what they've done, they've secured a kill. They're pushing in mid lane. They know that Veigar does not have the teleport. Now is your time. Get an objective, and it looks like they are pinging the Rift Herald. I'm very, very happy. What I'm not happy about is Ike. Going into this game, we talked about how much potential there was for the bot lane camp, and I've not seen it. I think there's been one gank from Impress towards the bottom lane this whole game, and that's meant that Vast, after getting those kills, that killing the assist, has just sat on them and is just staying ahead of the Varus Fresh. There's been no proactivity really from PMA, from Ike towards his bottom lane.
Yeah.
And so Vash is just getting a free laning phase as a Vayne, which shouldn't happen.
Yeah, that really is a mess up. They have concentrated more towards that mid lane, like I actually thought they might do, just because the amount of CC we have. But yeah, it is maybe the wrong idea that they've got going here. I think it's what worked last time against PMA was this bot lane camp. But I also think Lordio's done exquisitely on this Ornn jungle so far. 100% KP. He's been all over the place.
It's just clear that I have been caught off guard of it. You know, it's a great drafting strategy from I don't think they have much experience against the Ornn jungle because a lot of these Ornhorns are just they're not expecting them, and then all of a sudden comes into the lane and they've lost. So it's like I am expecting if this game is a loss for Ike, which it isn't over by any means. They still have a lot of tools in his team. They still have a very strong top laner. And
the Death Realm actually being set out again. We won't get the trade of ultimates this time, but a Hemo Plague actually does come through. Spring getting very low, and he will actually go down to the minions.
You Go
Not
on,
the solo kill, but we do get the on-horn, my friend. The Miasma landed on top of it. 1T doesn't have flash available. He's going to make his way up this Rift Herald where Impress is, but the E lands, and that's a dead Veigar. But while in the midst of things, we are also getting fight bot lane. Gandhi having to flash it away, and the Rift Herald has actually been secured by Impress.
Okay, I like the fact they got the Rift Herald here, and I like the fact that the top lane's ahead for Ike. But now it is key that they play around this Mordekaiser. They need to use the pressure he's making to either force down that top lane turret and just take complete control of the top side. Or, alternatively, given that advantage, let him push in, let him drag pressure towards the top lane, and then use that to make plays bot. However, right now, PMA, they're very happy just sitting bot lane as a 4-man, securing these dragons and moving up and down this bot side river, having so much control over it, and Ike can't really do much about it until Simon really gets rolling.
Yeah, it's very true. They have sacrificed, they did sacrifice 1T for that Rift Herald, but I am actually surprised that Ike have actually picked it up. I thought that Rift was going to go over PMA. I've got to be honest. I thought PMA should be maybe looking to get this objective next, but nicely done by Impress.
Now, what I'd like to see now, actually, Impress rotate back up to the top side of the map, try and either force a gank on Simon, or just pop the Rift Herald top lane, crack that top lane open, and then give Simon room to push in really hard. Make members of PMA have to come to top lane, and then once you do that, you suddenly free yourself up to make plays for the rest of the map, and that is so key. You need to be making plays, you need to be using the mid-game spikes that a lot of your champions have really effectively, and we're at 18 minutes now. The mid game it has essentially started. And I haven't seen much from Ike. I want to see the proactivity, and they're even. They shouldn't be even.
Yeah, and the big thing here is the on-horn is actually going to be blown. Drugatron goes boom, and down he goes. Gandhi tanking turret here was caught up in the chains, but shouldn't go down.
Yeah, and that could be first turret. Probably is going over to PMA depending on what happens on this top side. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. They did blow all 3 ultimates there to kill Trigger. Trigger himself blowing the chains of corruption and flash and heal. They might look for spring on this though.
I don't think they can secure the tower though, unfortunately.
No, it doesn't go down to Rift, but they might just look to push this in. And this is what we wanted to see, Byron. We wanted to see them get this Mordekaiser out of lane, get him into these fights, because he is pretty much their strongest member. Well,
yeah, pretty much.
He is. He really is, yeah.
Like, the only reason that I can't anyone even right now is because the Simon's built himself a 1.4k gold lead on the top lane, which is incredibly strong. The rest of the map is losing really, really hard, and that can't be happening right now. I'm just hoping that because of this pressure, Simon can force people to go top lane, and that will free up some 4-man ganks in this bot lane, and then they'll be allowed to really, really pressure this turret. It's just, it's a tricky situation for Ike now, because of their bot lane being so far behind. And
yeah.
It is really tricky, because now this Vayne, 1.5 items already, soon to hit the Ginsus. And once that happens...
The on-horn being blown again. 1T actually flashing away from this. It's just going to give them room on this turret, but you also have to remember that the Realm of Death is up, so someone could be going in there. Unbreakable Will is popped by the Alistair, while the Miasma forces them off the rest of the fight.
Now, one thing to remember about the Realm of Death, typically you like to use it on AD carries. The issue is that Vayne, funnily enough, Mordekaiser's hard as counter on the top lane. And that's because if Simon decides, okay, let's try and get rid of last minute's fight and use his Realm of Death on her, Last will say, okay, I'm just gonna kite you out. And he can tumble around and use the E against the Realm of Death balls, and the Vayne really, really smashes Mordekaiser in the 1v1. And so, having Simon in these fights isn't as strong as a thing as you would originally first think.
I think it really depends who he does target with the Realm of Death. Actually, Last getting a bit caught up. The Primordial Burst almost taking him down. The E gets him out. The Ignite is dropped on him. I think he goes down here. He is dead. Fatman Gandhi actually takes that one for himself, while the Veigar goes 0-4 and is burnt to a crisp.
And the funny thing is, If one team was anything other than 0-3 right there, if he had picked up one kill, had that extra little bit of an item, then that's was dead then. And all of a sudden, it's a great play. But he
Mm.
just seems to be playing according to how his goal is. And so it's meaning that once he's making these over aggressive plays constantly and they're not working out again and again and again, and he's just going to fall further behind because of it. And now the mid tower has gone down, and it just feels like PMA are now going ahead in the mid game towards what's going to be a great late game, and it feels like Ike has no way to stop them.
Mm. I don't. Well, you see, the thing is with Mordekaiser, because we were on him a few moments ago before that fight broke out, and I was gonna say I don't. You were saying about the Vayne counter. I don't think he can go for this Vayne, like we were saying. I think it's got to be someone else. I think they can lock down the Vayne with the amount of CC they have, and the fact that Last doesn't actually have any sort of QSS or anything to stop that. Lodio actually getting stunned up, but uses the unstoppable, but that hook will still follow you, my friend. Gandhi also using Unbreakable Will. Impress going in. Huge cataclysm by him. Ornhorn was cool, but it's not going to do much flat. The double kill picked up by the Vega, actually. He does go down to the Miasma and the Hemo Plague into the backline. Spring could actually be huge here. Simon gets burst down by the Vayne. And IKE retreating. That's it. 3 for 2.
And it originally looks like a great fight, but keeping in mind the players that they killed in that fight, the death sentence, we're not going to mean anything, was they got down the Ornn and the Alistair, the two tanks, but they did not have any focus towards the carries. And it's hard to believe when they're not in the fight, of course. But like, as soon as Last, the Kaon, and Spring all turned up at the same time, like they were just lost because they'd already lost half their health bars trying to deal with two tanks, and
Yeah.
then they just got cleaned up. So credit for PMA for holding out for as long as they could. And that Ornhorn was like so key in that choke point. Even though it didn't go off, it slowed them all and kept them all in that one area.
Yeah.
And Spring knew how to capitalize. The
The
flashing
Hemo Plague. Yeah, that was absolutely massive onto the backline. It completely melted Trigger and Simon. And even though he was 0-2, he has just picked up 3 assists just by TPing down. So yeah, just shows you can come back on this Vlad and scale it into late game. We know how strong he can be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if a pause though, wouldn't be VL without one.
It really wouldn't. But the key thing there, Byron, as well, for Ike, there are some positives coming out of this. They do pick up the bounty on Laudio. And I also believe Gandhi went down as well.
Yeah, he
So
did. Yeah,
2 kills onto their side. So they have
yeah.
picked up something out of that.
Yeah, 2 for 3 isn't too awful. Really,
Mm.
it was. And one key thing I also want to mention is that Wanty has now secured himself some kills, which means he's
Yeah.
continuously large rods now. He's starting to get back into the game. And you talk about scaling champions, obviously, PMA, they have a lot of scaling. We talked about how absurd it was in Champ Selects, but you have to keep in mind, in this Viger, let him get to 3-4 items, let him keep scaling up, he's always going to be that threat. And so
Yeah.
once has been over aggressive in the other game, he has cost himself, very important power spikes. At the same time, he is still going to get strong. There is no doubt about that. He will eventually get strong if this game keeps going on and on and on. And so there is still a degree of outplay potential for Ike. It's a lot tougher now because they're behind in the mid game. You've got a 2-item Vayne now, a 2-item Cassiopeia. It's looking a little bit like these champions are starting to hit those points where they become scary. And as soon as they're there, it is a real problem.
Yeah, it really is. Vhagar is actually the only infinitely scaling champion in this game, is he not? Is Vlad infinitely scaling?
No, I don't believe so.
But Vhagar is, because of his AP collection.
One thing to also add is that alongside all the scaling that we've seen from the Vladimir, Cassiopeia, the Vayne, etc., imagine that on top of all items.
Yeah. Oh, this is what we were saying in champs. Like just as we go in, that one is incredibly late game. With those, you get like 1,000. I think it's about that worth of stats.
That's huge. And I mean,
Although it might be a bit less. Maybe I'm going a bit over the top there. Who knows?
Maybe, yeah, but zone upgrades are going to be really, really important. It's something you talk about. You see a lot of people talk about when on picked is how does the team utilize those zone upgrades?
And very well.
If
I have.
this if Lass isn't strong enough already, if Lycaon isn't strong enough already, imagine that on top of 4-5 items, one of them being an on item, and it's just like, oh dearie me, this is
Yeah.
really, really strong.
Well, you've got the Rabadon's Death Crown for Cassiopeia. You've got the Blade of the Ruin King upgrade for last. Or the Infinity Edge if he builds that. I reckon he will with this Vayne build.
Wait. The Ice Gauntlet upgrade is called Frozen Fist.
Yeah, they've got some brilliant names. You've even got the Death Cap coming in for the Death Crown, should I say, coming in for spring.
Oh,
And Lordio can build another item himself. That's the great thing about one, he can just buy two. Because they're his.
You buy one, you get one free.
Yeah, well, you get both free here.
Hey.
It's
It's a little bit scary, but good luck in that.
Yeah.
Now, we do see the focus for PMA going towards this Baron now, which is another thing I really like, because it's objective-centric play. And that's how PMA like to play. They know their macro. They know how to create vision around objectives, to play that Baron dance, and to make sure they get those edges that they need in these mid-late game skirmishes. And now, yet another pause has come out, unfortunately.
Yeah, the sadness.
It gives us more time to have a little bit of fun, though.
It really does. Let's talk about choke points. I know that's a weird subject to talk about, Byron, but I've just thought about this. This could be crucial. Choke points.
Choke points are huge for both teams. You look at what PMA have, an Orn horn down the choke point, literally nobody dodging it.
It's like a bowling ball going down the lane. Like, seriously, you're gonna hit all them pins, and you're gonna get a strike.
Oh man, I was waiting for that. Hopefully, they don't have like a split. That's just depressing. I went bowling. I went bowling a few months ago, and I hadn't been for like years. And I thought, all right, bigging myself up, we'll do it. No, I was shocking. I was shockingly mad.
I love bowling. It's great fun.
Often, but there's no one to go with, you know.
Do you not do it while you're at uni? I'd have thought.
Maybe I have to get Jack on the case. Just asking, wanna go bowling one time?
Yeah, I reckon Jack will be brilliant at it. Oh, we gotta wait for this pause glitch. There we are.
Hey.
This Baron, the focal point now, mate.
Yeah, it is. And the struggle is that IKE have a composition that wants to play around vision. They have a lot of pick-off potential, a lot of potential for that kind of bush cheese that we expect. But when they have to make engages themselves without knowing what's going to happen, they have to go in. There isn't like a safe face check for them. It's go in, it's go hard or go home. And
yeah,
if you do that into no vision, you're probably going to end up going home.
They're gonna look for Spring here. They're actually wanting to kill him here. They have the Realm of Death available. The Heme Plague also comes down. He's used pull. Nice pickup in that mid lane while they looked. The PMA were topside, and they will get this turret as well. Good job there. Spring's out of position.
Yeah, it's good from them. But the issue is that what do they get off that? They got the kill on the turret, which is the turret's very important for the Baron Siege. But at the same time, PMA got a top turret, and they just continue to have their Baron control. They refresh their boards. And now they're going to be going for it, knowing that the reset's coming out from IKE.
Impress is actually back. There's no way they get here.
That's just very, very nice.
Oh, that's the vision game for you. They've done that extremely well. Bloody hell.
Yeah. But that's the power of PMA. Their macro game in the mid to late game is huge, and it's thanks to not only the fact that a lot of their players have some fantastic game sense. I've always been a big critic, but Looney's done a fantastic job with PMA.
Yeah, he really has.
And the funny thing is that I remember last split, he brought Team Elite up from what was an 08 team, I believe.
It was, yeah.
To playoff contenders, unfortunately. there was almost a kind of theme around Looney of choking in the playoffs and going and whatever. And that was a little bit of a worry coming into this, but right now his team is showing up strong, and it's exactly what you want to see. It has to be so empowering.
They really are. I do have to say, Byron, Pex did hold a 2-0 over Team Elite, I'll have you know. So, good on the old boys of Pex. Good on us, Joyce Lee. We did it.
Yes.
But also, going back to that Baron play, here's the big question, was that just really, really poor there by the side of Ike?
See, the thing is, you could say it's poor, but on the other side, like...
Was it just really good?
The other side of the coin is, okay, Ike trying, instead of resetting, they try and look for something there. But if they walk in with no vision, they die. And then they get a Baron. So I don't think they really had much they could do after the vision had been given over to PMA on the plateau, really.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, they had burnt 3 ultimates just to kill Spring in the mid lane. So it meant that PMA could feel very confident going towards this game. And now, I very much on the back foot. 27 minutes in, 3 Ocean Drakes.
The RNG.
Unlucky, I guess, but also you got to keep in mind that if PMA really wanted to, they can.
There is a hook, and we will get the on-horn. The baby cage comes. And he's going to get blown up. The chances of corruption are coming through. A huge emo play and cataclysm combo in on this backside. And a huge cage as well. Laudio actually going down. Once he's surviving this encounter, Spring is trying to do as much as he can on this backside, flashing it in onto Trigger, but Trigger takes him down. The pull not going to be enough, and it's 2 for 1. No, 3 for 1 as we continue this fight. Are they going to look for more? Leacon is going for more. He has the Qs, the E and Q spam available. He's going in for more. That was huge.
It was. It's still huge. Bear in mind, the Chaos knows no one's around. Trigger's dead.
Trigger! Oh, the miasma! It's picked him up, man. And Wanty is actually flanking here, picking one up as well with the baby cage. He's looking for more. He has the primordial burst available. But Leacon kiting this out nicely. The miasma comes down short. The hook misses. And I think that could just be it for that fight. Well played by the Cassiopeia there. 4-1-5. Leacon is looking huge.
Yeah, I mean, he really is, and that fight could have easily ended the game, but Ike played it very, very well. And one thing you have to highlight the amount of damage he was able to output in that fight. The perfectly placed cage to halt the engage of PMA. And now, all of a sudden, this fighter has 3 items. He's officially back in the game. And
it really is.
PMA have now lost their ban before at least lost a lot of members of it, and it's going to start expiring. So, PMA now have to take a few steps back. They've lost a little bit of control, and we see it being regained by Ike, at least in some slight areas. The issue is that now all the kind of gold is on like 2 members' side.
They're gonna look for a pick out here onto the Thresh. Fly getting caught up. The miasma doesn't hit. The cage actually hits 2 of them here. Unbreakable Will is popped again by Gandhi here. They could look to catch him. The E connects by Mordecai, so their hook connects. This is a dead cow.
Yeah, and Fatman Gandhi just disrespecting like that completely. Can't be stepping up with that small amount of vision. And whilst it seems okay at the start, I see, okay, sure, he gets hooked and he presses the ultimate, he walks out, fair enough. But you don't know where Simon is. He got you in, and then Fire's very happy to hook you again. It is just disrespectful, and it feels like PMA is starting to lose a little bit of that clean edge that I typically expect from them at this point in the game. And Ike trying to reverse the script on me, because I was thinking, okay, Ike early game, PMA late game.
Yeah.
And right now they're like, oh no, now we hit the late game. Let's start doing well, guys.
I've got to tell you though, Byron, that fight we did just have, like you were saying, was actually huge for Wanty, and it has catapulted him into a gold lead in this mid lane. Like, he's actually...
Quick stats for you as well. He's currently sat on, oh my god, 913 AP.
That's, yeah, 31-minute Veigar for you.
That's a lot of damage in the great words of Phil Swift. And it'll only get strong. And he'll only get stronger. He'll only have more damage. I expect now. I want to see how the Andres come out of this Viger. That or Rosonius, depending on what you're
Yeah,
thinking.
both items could be very big. We do see Simon has picked up the Andrews himself, but let me just get these objective timers on the screen for myself. 19 seconds until Baron, Byron. The rhymes.
It is, but once again, it feels like Ike slow under rotation here. They have no vision. It's so scary for them to even step up as far as they're doing right now. And PMA, they know how to do this.
They do. All ultimates are available now by the looks of it. The cleanse was actually burned early there by Leocon to get away from that hook from Flyer. That could actually be pivotal in this next fight.
PMA, they are liking stacking up in these bushes.
But
A
they're
little
gonna
bit of that
base.
multiply. But this is dangerous. This is so dangerous. And they were spotted on a ward backing.
They're gonna.
Once again, PMA, they know the resets happen and they're gonna go towards the
You
Baron.
can't do this. Mordekaiser heading bot now to take out the Vladimir. He does have teleport. Both top laners have teleport. This could be really close. They're gonna go for it. Blue team actually taking it. It goes over PMA. They have gone for this one now. Impress is getting caught up in the pit. A huge on-horn onto the backside, but Laudio's caught up inside. They're going for more. Last takes down 1T in there, and everything's bursting. Spring coming in, but Simon's still alive. Last actually out surviving everyone, and he's picked himself up a double kill. Laudio surviving the fight as well, and the Baron goes over. I think they could push for at least 2 inhibitors here. One in the mid and one on that bot side now with that wave push. We've got long death timers, Byron. 16 on Impress though, but yeah.
How confident is Last feeling on this game? He's 6-1-7 right now, 2.5 items, has the QSS, has double buffs. I think the end could be in sight if Impress oversteps again. You never know, but we'll have to see. I imagine they, like you said, they are just going to go for the safer 2 inhibitors.
Yeah.
There.
No, they are just going to take 1.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be 2. But yeah, Byron, it was Leocon who actually picked up that Baron. So I really want to know how close that smite was.
Yeah, it must have been pixels away. But Ike, once again, on the back foot, they have to deal with, once again, a Baron with PMA. But they were able to do it last time. The question is, can they do it this time? But now, finally, the RNG gods bestow upon PMA an Infernal Dragon. No more oceans for them. Literally impossible, actually, for them to get an ocean.
Yeah.
But that's going to help them a lot, amping up the damage they already have. And for me now, this game purely lies in the hands of this little Yordle in the mid lane, 1C. Because he's 7-6-5. He has 4 items now, the Void Staff being his 4th on this. He has so much damage on this Vega. AP update 1043.
Just look at that. That's disgusting.
The issue is he's so immobile. And he is the one real damage dealer left, I'd say, on the side of Ike. Because, I mean, Simon isn't really going to be doing too much anymore. I think he's going to start falling off. So the eyes have to be on 1C in these fights, and how PMA are going to try and execute him and make sure he cannot get the primordial burst off and can't execute one of the carries. We'll just have to see how it all plays out though, because PMA, that focus is now going to be on pushing 2 different lanes. The mid lane with Spring on this Vladimir and the inhibitor minions pushing down, and then the bot lane with several members of PMA and some Baron.
The Ornthorn, they actually want to go for this now. It isn't going to connect onto anyone. It was Joel the Flash 3-man by Gandhi. That could the miasma in the backline, but Leocon could be getting blown up. No, the healing coming through from Cassiopeia. Redemption comes down as well. Spring is into the backline. They've taken down the Yordle. That's a quadra kill for Lars. They won the Penta. Orn picking it up himself. And that's game 1 to PMA.
And there you go. It just feels like they know exactly what's doing with that composition. They hold out throughout the game. They trade evenly. And then the mid to late game spikes come in. They get their 2 free items. And then they say, right, lads, Baron buffs up. It's gamer time. And indeed, it was gamer time for PMA as they were able to secure the victory for game 1. And it's statement performances for a lot of members. You see why Laudio is rated as the best player right now. in Gold Plat. You see why Last was the MVP of last split. He still has those pop-up performances on that vein. And it feels like PMA, super strong showing for them, and Ike are going to need to go back to the drawing board for next draft because it didn't feel like they knew how to play around their spikes as a composition. They didn't understand their game plan, and it meant they kind of fell flat.
Yeah, they really did. I thought after the Ornhorn went down in that final team fight and didn't hit anyone, I thought, dear God, it's gonna be over. Well, it's not gonna be a good fight, I mean, but yeah, Gandhi with the 3-man flash knock up on the Alistair. We had the Vayne mechanics coming in from Last. I also thought the healing on that Cassiopeia, man. I thought Lurkon was dead, but the 10-1 Vayne is a sight to behold.
The funny thing is, quick shout out to Wanty because of that amount of the amount of AP he had, despite the fact that Last carried his socks off this game. Wanty was still the guy that did the most damage. It's
Also,
part
no,
part
last
of Liga.
yeah, you can never pass the Viger. Infinite scaling, my friend, does wonders.
Yep.
And
Anyways,
please, Byron, let's let's break, mate.
yeah, I think we do need a break after that one. We will be returning though. We have game two, of course. We
Hell
have
yeah.
Ike on the back foot. We'll see what they can bounce back with. A very flexible team, so we'll see what they choose to do, and we'll see what PMA still have up their sleeve. They could pull out something completely different. We don't know, so it'll be very, very exciting. Stick with us.
See you in a bit.
Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Valanth League Gold Plat Summer Split. We are here at the semi-finals, and it is a match point for PMA. One more loss for Ike. Out of the tournament, and PMA will advance to the finals. It's all
Yeah.
down to how this next game plays out, John Joe. There's a lot of pressure on these guys.
Oh, yeah. And hence, what we can see already, just coming into Champions Select, we have had some subs in from the side of Ike. Cole Billy has come in, Charmander Nerd heading into the support role, and Wanty heading top, and Simon looks like he might be going mid here.
Wow, I wouldn't be too quick to say
You're
these
right.
players are going to be in the positions they are. Are known to mess around with where these players are until the final bell rings in terms of champ select. So let's not jump to conclusions because we know that Charmander, Simon, and Wanty are all very, very flexible players.
You're definitely right.
So we'll have to see how it all unfolds. However, the Vayne ban towards last, they do not want to deal with that horror again. And same story on the other side, they don't want to deal with Iger again.
Yeah, that is smart banning, I reckon, and we are gonna just see these picks that were played last game look to be banned. Although they have banned Charmander's Kassadin, we know he loves to play that pick. So yeah, I quite like that ban as well. Because like you said, we don't know where anyone is heading on this IKE lineup right now.
Yeah, we really, really don't. And there are a lot of picks that they could go for here. Remember, because of that flexibility, they can pick these flex picks and kind of be able to secure themselves plenty of strong matchups across the board. And that's how I win games. Typically, it's having strong matchups, ganking them, and creating a snowball. Now, last game, it felt like there was a crucial misunderstanding where there was a very clear snowball opportunity bot lane.
Yeah.
And I feel like either Impress wasn't communicating well enough, or the bot lane wasn't calling for ganks well enough. But there was like one guy in bot lane, if that. They should have focused bot lane, shut down the Vayne harder. But keep in mind that you talked about the Xayah Kai'Sa being took away last draft. They're in the game this draft, and Cold Billy has secured himself his signature Kai'Sa pick.
Yeah, he has. We will be seeing the Kai'Sa this time around. But and we will see a Syndra as well locked in.
Oh wow.
I know. That's not something I was actually expecting.
I think this early in the draft was a very risky pick. Syndra, she isn't very mobile. She's very abusable, and I feel like they could pick a very strong mid laner into the Syndra with a lot of engaged potential. However, the Ornn,
he's coming back out for Lordio.
He's coming back out. I'm still hesitant to say he's in the jungle. Like, it's a flexible pick. But we're imagining it's in the jungle because it worked well for Lordio game 1. It's just depending what Ike have up their sleeves to deal with it. And I tell you what, if they pick this Trundle, I'm a very happy man. Because how do you deal with a tank? You steal their tank stats. That's one way of doing it. And Trundle notorious for doing well into tanks.
Yeah, he really is. And we will get the Vladimir on the Ike side this time. Spring won't have his hands on that pick. But yeah, I do hope this Ornn does head back into the jungle for Lordio. I really hope he is dialing the Forge Gods again. But yeah, what a great counter pick there by Impress with the Trundle. We know, like you were saying, how annoying that can be, man. Like, I hate that champ as a avid tank player. Trundle is horrid to play again.
Yeah, and the great thing about it is, whilst we saw Lordio be able to hold his own in his invades last game, thanks to them nice smites and leveled ups and all that, trying to 1v1 a Trundle is a lot different to 1v1ing a Jarvan, because Trundle will do a lot more for you against you in a 1v1. And so Lordio really does have to be careful. I believe he did get a free buff last time. The same will very likely happen this game if Impress is able to have his way. And because of that, I'm expecting, hopefully, priority in the lanes, getting that snowballing, and then using that to invade into the enemy jungle. That is what I want to see from Ike. However, if the Kai'Sa, if the Vladimir, they have a lot of scaling opportunities alongside the Trundle. So, it's actually turning out right now, in terms of the first 3 picks that we've seen, that PMA are going to be going for more of an early game, mid game oriented style, and it's actually going to be Ike who are moving over to the late game. But obviously, the last 2 picks can change all that.
Yeah, they definitely can. And I will tell you a little something, Byron. We might have some clues to where these roles are actually going. Impress hasn't yet set smite while one he has.
Be very careful using the summoners because they can be very
They
misleading and
can,
switch at the last minute.
they
But
really
I
can.
agree with you.
But yeah,
Like
this
this could be
just
one or two jungle.
breadcrumbs.
It is. They are breadcrumbs, and they could lead us to the secret of the Ike mystery flex. We'll
Yeah,
see
we
where
know him.
everyone goes.
We know Impress can play support. We could
Oh,
even see a Kiana here locked in for Lycan. We
that.
did see him play this, didn't we?
Well, yeah. Keep in mind the Syndra's already been locked in,
Oh yeah,
unless this is the Syndra bottom lane, the Syndra Nautilus, and that is.
would make sense.
It would make sense, and if I was in Cold Billy's shoes, I'd be shaking right now. Because that's a lot of kill threat. I don't want to step up to the Indian wave against those two, I'll tell you that for now.
Yeah, I can agree there. The Kiana is the Leocon special. We saw him play that, I think, week 1 or 2 when he was about. And yeah, the Braum also an Impress special here. Both Simon and Charmander have the TP. I reckon we're going to see 1T jungle.
Yeah, we could, and we don't really know where anyone else is going, to be honest. I mean, it's all going to be a bit of a role. However, I also consider the Trundle an Impress special. So
Oh, yeah?
we'll have to see where all of this lands, as the last pick is Lee
Hold
Sin.
on. We are going to get it top as well. What are these flexing going about?
Oh my dearie lord! There's no way you do Lee Sin top and on jungle.
No, it'll be on top.
It has to be. You can't do that. That is mad. That's bonkers. Especially into a Vladimir. Like,
I not being harsh on Spring in any way, but I don't know if that fits too much in his champ pool that we're known he can play.
yeah, exactly.
It will be
There we
switched,
go.
like expected. We saw this Lee Sin a few weeks back, Byron. We saw it in the deciding game, in the decider game between for side selection game 1. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see this Lee Sin again because it popped the fuck off.
And what I really like is it's a counter pick on a counter pick. I picked the on, and as you assumed, and I'm sure I
Hold on,
assumed as well. Oh, wait, holding on for? What are we holding on?
we seeing the Kiana bot.
Oh,
I didn't notice that. This
is that double ignite as well?
yeah. We're getting the Kiana bot lane,
Oh my lord!
and we're getting swaps on this side as well. Remember, we've got one knee heading in the jungle, man.
And this is what I was on about at the start of the first game. The flexibility from both these teams, insane. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I adaptation from PMA to pick the Lee Sin there because they pick the orange jungle, and then the Trundle comes in as the counter pick, and then the Lee Sin counter picks the Trundle in the jungle, and it's just it's like 4D chess. The extra move had been looked ahead, and I'm
I'll
not
tell
gonna
you.
lie. It's looking good. All of a sudden, I'm very confident in PMA's chances. But the difference is the ball is in their court. In fact, several balls, thanks to Syndra, are in their court. As
Yeah.
now they are the ones of the snowballing champions. The Sin, the Syndra, the Kiana. They're the ones who are expected to make the plays early to mid game. It's whether or not they're going to be able to. It's a complete switcher style for both teams. And we'll see who it benefits because I'll be honest. I mean, they've got themselves a very nice scaling composition. Their front to back is looking clean as hell, and so I am very sure about how this game's going to go. Despite the fact that PMA had a very strong show in game 1, it's completely different playstyle as this game, and so it makes it a lot harder to predict, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it really will. And I like the Braum pick against the Ornn. It will stop the Ornn coming through and causing all those knockups. So yeah, that's a great little pick there. And it wasn't banned in the end. So yeah, I'm glad to see that come out. I think this is really where we're going to find out who is Looney, either big brained, barking mad, or just a complete numpty.
We'll have to find out, but remember, a broken clock is always right twice a day.
That's true.
Always
Hold
something
on.
to bear in mind.
I thought you were calling Looney a broken
No, I'm not calling
clock.
it no, no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just saying
Okay.
that. Don't worry, that's not insults, man.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
That is a
Okay.
very harsh thing to say to someone because that's like a clock's only purpose. So, that is
Oh.
actually a yikes insult. Like,
Oh.
you're a broken clock, mate.
Enough
Like,
about broken clocks, more about compositions, and we are in 14 seconds.
the countdown is coming, and we will
Hmm.
be heading into the loading screen. Reminder, this is Ike's tournament life on the line. The last 10, 11 weeks, I'm not sure how long it's been anymore. They've been very, very long. There's been a lot of development from both these teams, and it's all culminating here in the semi-finals. Once again, reminder: the winner will head towards the finals to face WSL and well, either WSL or the Gauntlet winner.
Yeah.
Loser eliminated in semis, and for both these teams, eliminated in semis is a failure.
Yeah, it really would be. And to be honest, I've got to say, straight from the first few weeks, I thought PMA Ike final, it's gonna happen. But WSL really coming up big after their first week, where I think they went 0-3. They've really pulled things back.
Yeah, they really, really have. They found that identity, and whilst PMA, it feels like they had a strong identity game one. Once again, they're switching things up, which is what I was doing. Ike also, in traditional Ike fashion, switching up plenty of roles.
Yeah.
Um, so really, I mean, it's so exciting to see how we're all going to match up here as I'm switching around everyone. The little sidebar there.
Although, actually, will we see Kiana Bot?
Oh, oh, you genius, John Joe. I wasn't even
Yes.
thinking on that many levels.
Maybe we actually see Alex head into the mid lane here.
Oh, that is actually that's actually a
Because
possibility.
that gives us the better bot lane.
Yeah,
You won't have the double ignite.
oh, it makes so much sense now, John Joe.
Yeah, I know,
It's
everything's
so me
fitting into place.
brain.
It's actually brilliant. I like solving this kind of thing, like putting puzzles in.
Yeah, it's great, and you get such a good discussion about it too. Like, who needs to talk about what the comments actually do? Or we can try and figure out where everyone is in the first place. You know, it's great.
Yeah.
And like that's the one thing I like about PMA and Ike, and it's what you get to see shine in the best of series. Is the
Mm.
flexibility of these teams to be able to be like, no, I'm going to pick this champion. They say, oh, where's it going? We don't know. We don't even know when we're loading in for some of these. Like, this is great, and I do think that we do get some time now to have a little bit of breather and talk about some matchups. Now, I don't think it's safe to talk about middle bot lane right now until we know where
Mm.
the Syndra is. But the one thing I want to highlight, as I've done beforehand, is the Trundle into the Lee Sin.
Yeah.
Because this is a counter matchup for Lodio. We've seen him do very well in this Lee Sin beforehand. He does have a lot of good mechanics, we'll say. And so I'm imagining Audio should win out this 1v1, should be able to either make invades happen or at least have a lot of more pressure around the map. And another place we can talk, because that's kind of expected. That's what we expect from that match. We want to see Audio on the
Mhm.
front. But in this top lane, what do you feel about this matchup? As an Ornn aficionado, Jonjo, uh, how do you take this matchup divided by? Is it one of those handshake lanes where you're like, okay, doing nothing for 20 minutes, put your feet up,
um. Well,
relax?
well, like I said earlier, Ornn is definitely a scaling champion. He gets better into that late game when he gets more tanky and can really pick up. Well, really excels in those tanky parts because the item upgrades he gets and gives. But against the Vladimir is just going to be horrible, especially when he's running that Kleptomancy rune. I'd I'd feel bad if I was playing into this matchup. I wouldn't be too happy because you can't always land the ult because of the pool. You can't always land the knock up because of the pool. Just a bit of a grim one. And
Is it?
yeah, Simon is really good on this. Vladimir, by the way, he's very. This is one of his big picks, and I like to see him on it. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's one.
and
Go on.
oh,
Sorry.
sorry. One thing you have to talk about though is the composition coming out from Ike, and I do really like it. It's a scaling composition that fights 5v5, and we saw the first game, the snowball variant, where we're going to try and
Mm.
gank lane and stuff, just didn't seem to work out for whatever reason. But the team fight potential of once again 2 tanks, 3 carries. Those 3 carries being Kai'Sa, who's going to scale up brilliantly. Vladimir is going to scale up brilliantly and is on some essential picks, same with the Kai'Sa. And then Shaman is going to be Oriana. talk about good teamfight champions, you can't not talk about Oriana. Like, that shot play is
Yeah,
massive.
it really is, and especially if you're gonna give it to a Vladimir who wants to go in onto these big team fights, do the we look for the pull in and the big hemo plague in the middle of everyone. I think the big thing to look at here is this Trundle pick though.
Yeah.
You've got to remember it's 1T. He's known as probably one of the biggest carries of IKE. He's got the press the attack rune as well.
Yeah, it has indeed. And Trundle ganks are deceptively effective with that pillar.
Mm.
Just walking along, have a nice little time. Oh god, pillar, I'm dead. Like, it is something to watch out for. And I do think definitely come that mid to late game, he's really going to spike, being able to use that subjugate on someone like Arabidopsis in the top lane.
Yeah.
And just be able to become a real tanky threat who can just walk up to anyone he wants to and just say, hi, I'm going to chomp your head off.
Yeah, he can be, and I do expect 1T2 camp this top side. But yeah, it was as I have ended up predicting that Last is gonna head mid. He has the corrupting pots available to him. So yeah.
There we go, and now freedom to talk about some matchups. The biggest one I want to talk about is the bot lane, because you have Kai'Sa Braum. Now that's a late game combo. Like, very clearly, they're both fantastic late game team fighting champions, and they're against what is one of the most explosive bot lanes in the game right now. The Syndra Nautilus. That level 6 power supply is absolutely massive. If Fat Mangani is able to land a death charge on someone, come up with a Syndra stun, and then hit the unleashed power, someone's dead. Someone's gonna die. Cold has to be so careful when that level 6 mark hits, because the burst damage is insane.
You've seen it before then.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I've seen Syndra being played at Worlds, of course.
Oh, if they played the Syndra Naught bot lane.
I don't know if not specifically, but Syndra with an engaged support is typically what you see.
Yeah.
It's obviously also always a perk special as well. Gameplay of any series, watch him whip out the Syndra bot lane. But I'm also a Syndra player myself, so I do know you already have insane burst damage.
They are going to go in on this level 2. Look at the damage coming down the hill. Blown the ignite goes down on the Cold Billy. He might just get away from this one. He is going. He will stay alive, base in there. And
already forced out of lane. So the flash and the heal burnt from the AD carry. And he's not even level 2. And now Kaon and Gandhi are just going to be able to snowball so hard already. Like,
not a good start.
It really isn't, if you're cold. I mean, we know he's a very good Kai'Sa player. We know come the late game, he's going to be popping off. But he has to get there first. And right now, the Kaon and Family needs to put into some fantastic lane.
They're going to go in mid. They got Charmander here. The flash actually coming out of Charmander away from there, though. So he will survive. But we are seeing the sum's been burned from the side of Ike, and it's quite disappointing early for them so far.
Yeah, it really is. And I'm gonna be honest, that bot lane was such a rough trade. We have to see what happens though.
Have they actually caught out Wanty here? He's gonna go down. They catch him out in the jungle, and for a lane swap, this is not looking good so far.
Yeah, it really isn't. Wanty. Fantastic play by L'Oreal there to be able to catch him out in the river. It's that kind of proactivity you want to see from PMA with this early game playstyle, but with their compositions picked. It feels like Ike last game misunderstood when Gillis in the early game. PMA know we have to win early game, and they're proving it right now. They've already got a good advantage bot lane. They've got themselves a first bid onto the releases and be able to summon that across the map. It's looking great.
Yeah, it really is, and Charmander gonna have to base because he's taken another bad trade off last. So yeah, it's looking good all over the way for PMA. And I'll be back in a sec.
And he will be back in a second, and you guys get to have some alone time with some Byron Villa action on the rift right now. Very calm, which is very, very nice, but keep in mind, L'Oreal has just reset, and with the first blood, he's been able to back and get himself a Caulfield Warhound ritual. I mean, he's going to be doing so much damage in these trades, and keep in mind, we're starting to get to the point where you have to think about level 6 power spikes. We're in the bot lane, so this in the mid lane he got 2 level 5s. And so I'm expecting action to start exploding around the map. We've already seen like falter a little bit when it comes to handling the pressure. My worry is that as soon as the level 6 power spikes come in from PMA, are I going to be able to hold back and deal with a lot of this aggression that I'm expecting? Or are we going to see PMA just roll? Because right now, they are in position to. They have a Syndra who's used her TP, got herself 2 amp tomes, snowballing very, very hard. 2 levels off of that big level 6 power spike that I was on about, where they can burst down cold so quickly. You've got Lordio, also level 4, around this jungle, and doing a great job. Currently in 1T's jungle, by the way. And then also, mid lane, the level 6 power spikes are going to be coming in soon, and we've seen what a Kiana or an Orianna can do to these kinds
They're
of
actually going to look for this, and yeah, Byron just as I get back, they've just killed Billy.
Yep, they have indeed, and
Impress is going to go down as well. This is a double kill for that Syndra. Leocon just pulling off bot lane easily.
Yep, and this is the difference. Ike, it feels like pushing it too far, but more PMA are understanding their win conditions. Feels like they understood it last game and they understand it this game. They have a bot lane that snowballs. They have a jungler and a mid lane that snowballs. So let's play around them. And they do. And that is the crucial thing. They have ganked bot now. They've secured Syndra at 2 kills. Very, very nice. Means she can back and get the lost chapter at 6.5 minutes. She's going to be coming back into lane very, very
Oh,
shortly.
Simon! He's getting low, having to flash away with that. Hemo play burn from him. He doesn't have the pool available to him. I don't think Spring is going to look for much more, though. He also using his flash there. And look at the control they have here, Byron.
It's fantastic. It's lovely from PMA. It's good League of Legends. It's what I wanted to see. But right now, you have to keep in mind their tournament lines are on the line. They're feeling the pressure. They're starting to feel jitters. And I'm not going to lie, it's never fun if you're down in the best of series and then you tournament lines on the line and you just start losing early game. You start to falter in the laning phase. It's a tough one because then you've got to somehow have the mentality that, okay, last game we struggled in the late game, but this game will happen there. And it just... And there we go, the level 6 power spike has been hit by the Syndra. Keep your eyes on that.
She's 2v1 in this lane at this moment.
I mean, she can, it's Syndra. That's the power of having a mage in the bot lane. The difference is, not only can they output insane burst damage, they can also wave clear super hard. And it means Syndra can very easily 1v2 in this bot lane. The only issue is a lack of mobility, but she's feeling pretty safe against the Kai'Sa Braum, who are currently 0-2-0.
Yeah. There, she looks like she is. I've got to be honest, if you're an IKE fan right now, you've got to be thinking, oh no, we could be in the mire here. I know there are some IKE fans out there, so it's good to see you guys.
Yeah, it's going to be tough because this bot lane, 20 CS lead as well. This Syndra is unbelievably far ahead at this point in the game. Like, a 1k gold lead at 8 minutes is massive. And now that it means that they're going to be able to play around it. The crucial thing is that platings are starting to be secured. And little things like that. We want to see the cover something, but not going to be able to.
The shockwave! Oh, sombrero! That's not what you wanted. Oh, Byron.
I feel that.
You've got it, yeah.
I really do, because I've been there. I play Orianna a lot, and oh, mate.
It's knowing where your ball is.
I know. The issue is sometimes you'll put the ball on someone, and they'll go in and go out your ball range. You press the ultimate, and they'll come back to you. Just automatically 20%. Great. Point of that.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate, really, by Charmander, and that is not what IKE are gonna be wanting. I reckon they could have killed last if they'd have hit that. Maybe he did have his flash available, but look down here, Billy is still level 5.
No, everyone is level 5, but
except Lyacon. Yeah,
and,
it's grim.
And it is great news for PMA.
Yeah, it is.
Through this early game. Now, the thing is, though, they've got the kills now, they've got the disadvantages. It's time to start using them. You must secure some playing down the bot lane, and crucially, your dragon's up now. It's an ocean drain. You've got priority bottom lane. Might as well just go and secure it as soon as you can.
Spring is looking to go in here. Simon going for the Hemo Plague early. He will just... Oh, some of the minions will block the E coming through, and nothing else will happen there. The Tides of Blood, that's it. It's the word I was looking for. I like the name of that one. That's quite a cool name to spell.
Yeah, that may have some pretty cool names, to be honest. I mean...
Transfusion.
I ain't got that, actually. What's he got? He's got Transfusion, he's got Sanguine Pool, which sounds pretty cool. He's got Tides of Blood, and he's got the Hemo Plague.
The Hemo Plague, definitely a big favourite.
Yeah, I think he has got a lot of different. But back to the game.
Yeah.
The wet noodle fight, if I was going to top finally, as I talked about, PMA. They want to go and score this dragon as quickly as they can. They have the bot lane priorities. They want to play around it and get objectives. What do you know?
They're on it.
Condition, they get in the ocean trade, and this is such a big emphasis. They had a similar setup last game, and it did not get a snowball going. They did not play around any sort of priority, and it meant they were unable to score objectives. PMA.
They're gonna look for a huge display of talent. That's the solo kill by last. Absolutely brilliant.
That's crisp. That is beautiful.
Yeah, and that's some Kiana gameplay.
You could also say abhorrent is another word to describe what's happening there. But
I've got to be honest. Bit too posh for me there, Byron. Abhorrent.
That's a good word, isn't it?
Like, I'm posh myself. With a name like Charles, how can I not be? But you know, that's bloody posh.
Yeah, and here we go. I mean, I was about to say that's quite an abhorrent roam coming up here, but then the TP from Charmander very nicely denies that. And now, what does target? Once again, it's good objective play because PMA, they come across the TP out, and they're going to be able to secure themselves a Rift Trap.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is just beautiful macro to watch.
This is what we call macro gameplay, understanding your win conditions.
They've got to get the turret though.
I don't think they're going to get the turret. I think they're going to get a few plagues. I don't think they'll get the full turret. And even if they try and trade it, then the Rift Trap is going to pop the top lane. I think they win.
I don't know, that's a Trundle push, and you've got to remember that. We'll see. This could get quite close. They're going to go for it. Spring does have the ult available, but he's not going to be able to get it through due to the Braum shield. He has the knock-up available as well. I don't think he's going to sacrifice his life. It's going to get close. We're going on turret plating here, people. The ult is blown. Kiana's also coming down. There's one plate left on this turret now. Are they going to look for it? I don't think they're going to get it. Syndra's teleporting down here. They're going for more. That's a huge display of talent again. Supreme by the Kiana, and now Leocon is in this bot lane, and it's looking like a bloodbath now. 1-2 gonna go down. So a nice ult there by Charmander does save his support, but Spring wants blood, and he's looking for more. The flash forward. Oh, the damage, my friend. Absolutely.
This is destruction. This is just utter destruction from PMA in the early game. They've secured themselves a 3k lead. They've grabbed themselves one turret and nothing now. They managed to win the turret race. They've got a Syndra who's 3-0-1. They've got a Kiana who's 2-0-2. Their snowballing champions are indeed snowballing. And you want to know what? They can get one turret. They're going to get another in the bot lane.
The macro.
PMA snowballing exquisitely.
It blows my mind.
It's good League of Legends. And for VL,
That's
VL
insane.
level, it's usually hard to find really crisp, clean macro.
That was beautiful to watch.
PMA are playing it like an LEC team right now.
Yeah.
Like, they know what they're doing. They're moving about the map exactly how they should be. It's
the
just,
rift.
There you go.
Everything. Byron, I thought it was going to go, the tower was going to fall here. Look how low it is. Impress wants to see if they can pick up a kill in the mid lane. Look, it got really low, but because of the way the tower plates work, they get harder to kill. I believe when there's more people, and as you go down, they like upgrade in armor, I think, or something. But yeah, What a clean macro play there by PMA, bringing the teleport down as well, picking up the kills there. Oh, man.
It's looking great for PMA now.
It really is.
If you are an Ike fan, luckily enough, there's always going to be solace when you have a competition like what you have. Because you'll always be able to say, it's alright guys, we scale. And that's always a crucial thing to know. If you're sat there and you're starting to lose out and you're not scaling, then the worries are always going to flood in. But you can always be comfortable saying that the team fights late game are still going to be huge for Ike. And so, and we look at the top lane for an example. Look at that CS lead.
Yeah, it is grim. The gold lead as well.
The issue is the rest of the map is just so lopsided in PMA. Like, oh man. It's looking really Ike's. Now, once he possibly getting caught out,
he's just gonna take on the Trundle. The ult is blown. Here goes Subjugate. He's just gonna get mowed down, and that is the first kill over to Ike. Let's give him a round of applause. Beautiful job there by Wanty, picking up Spring, who definitely did try to 1v1 a Trundle.
And the key difference now is what do they do at Echo?
They take the turret, I guess. That's about all.
They'll get the turret.
Yeah.
Half health, and they'll push mid lane when there's a dragon getting touched through. It just that's the key difference here is that when Ike secure a kill, they don't do much of it. They're happy to just sit on it. Whereas PMA, when they secure kills, they secure objectives. They push their gold lead as far as they can ahead. And that means that they're such a more powerful snowball team. And we're seeing it here. It's a great kind of difference that we've seen. PMA have just shown they've been able to play both sides of the scaling coin very, very well. And now, 17 minutes into this game, PMA are set up for success.
Yeah, they really are. And even when you look at items on the side of Ike, they are so heavily behind. You've got the Spellbinder up in the top lane for Simon, up against the Abyssal Mask of Springs, which will get upgraded once he hits level 13. The big one is mid and bot lane, where on that Kaiser, you've only got a Mana Moon, which is going to take a long, long time to upgrade. Or will take a while. And while on the Oriani, we ain't even got a complete item yet.
Yeah, and there's not even got a full item. How do you even got the blasting one? The Luden Zirko here. In fact, if he bet right now, he would still not have enough gold. He just genuinely does not have enough gold right now to buy himself a Ludens, and that's really bad. That's really, really rough.
Yeah, that is gonna feel so bad for Charmander.
Yeah, and now it's just you're already seeing 2 minutes in advance pings going towards the Baron.
Yeah.
And it's objective play right now. The issues of PMA right now is that they're not objectives to really play around. So they just kind of have to sit and wait to be able to play around their objectives, which is unlucky. But when 2 minutes later, this Baron buff's going to be able to play around that. And I guarantee you, this time they're going to be looking to force fights really hard around this Baron buff. They're not going to be looking to sneak them. They want to make sure Ike face check.
I think we could have something big here, Byron. Lodio is waiting in the wings. They are going to blow the Ornhorn coming down from Spring. It's going to hit 2 there. Impress doesn't manage to block it, and Lodio goes in for the delay. They're going for more. A knock-up from the Braum does manage to enable the Lee Sin to go down himself. They're going for more. The huge Hemo Plague on the backside. Simon's looking for some kills. A supreme display of talent, though, does pick up 2 in that fight. And that is looking so good, and it's just Wanty alive and Impress here. And I think Wanty is going to be able to take down... Oh, no! Last coming up big for his team again and again. Spring just smacking away on the on end. Oh, Impressed with the flash over the wall. Gonna get himself out to safety here.
I don't think Last wants to let him go out.
I don't know. They're going for him. I think this is a dead Braum.
No,
oh, he's gonna get tugged. Oh,
On the bright side, he was able to execute and still allow a little bit of time for PMA. And that was actually a surprisingly even fight for.
Yeah.
Like, imagine that, but they actually have items. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's good. So if they continue on that path, the game is not over. Difference is that now that nice little 2-minute breathing room that they had when they weren't really picked it up, it's over. The Baron Breath has spawned, and already 5 members of PMA are around this Baron Buff securing vision. And
and they're just
doing it.
Yeah, they really are. And the only thing that saved that fight for Ike there was how big that Hemo Plague was. You mentioned it. It was massive. Simon doesn't have TP though. He's on the bot side. They're going to give this up for free. And I don't even think they're going to be able to get anything in return because Drake is up in 50 seconds. Yeah, that's just Baron over. And beautiful.
And to be honest now, I mean, Ike's shoes, I think actually what they did was probably the best decision. I think if you try and contest that Baron, you die.
Yeah.
And then they get a Baron as well, and they stumble off that and get all the inner turrets, possibly even an inhibitor. And it's just really, really bad news. At least in this kind of sense, you can force a fight under a turret possibly, and then try and win off that, which is proven possibly successful. I mean, all the ultimates are back up now for the side of Ike. So there is a possibility that they can force a fight here, but it's just...
They are going to look for more control. Simon could actually have gotten himself a bit caught out here. They're going to look for the Vladimir here on the side. The on is one-man Hemo Plague, and he just goes down. Gandhi is marching up and down in this jungle. He was looking for more, and I think this is just Drake. Simon just getting caught out just through vision. They just didn't have enough. They wanted to check the Drake, and it just didn't happen, Byron.
Yeah, it didn't. And now the second Infernal going over to PMA. Just going to up their damage even more than they need. And now the pushes are going to be starting to be made. As I'm hoping they will be now. They've got Baron Buff. They've got themselves a kill. It's time to secure some towers with those Baron Buff minions. And it looks like they will be doing so. We have the Ornn going to be pushing down the mid lane, hopefully holding 2 or 3 members there, whilst PMA push down this bottom side. It's going to be so hard to answer.
They're actually going for it. Lordio good a bit off more than he can shoot. The Zonius comes out. They're going to catch him off here. Vladimir getting the damage. It could also be bad choice for Spring here, but he is very tanky. The Glacial Fissure does connect onto him, but without the Shockwave and the Glacial Fissure, I don't think they'll go for much more. A bit too optimistic there from Lordio. But I didn't think fighting in the jungle was a good idea anyway by the side of Ike, just because of how huge Last is right now. Oh no, this is not good. That's a dead Kaiser. One shot there. Dead charge coming through onto Braum. They've come up a bit too far. Simon's going to try and make the best of a bad situation here. How much can he actually do? He's got quite a lot of damage with Charmander here. He hasn't got the flash available though, so cannot go for much more.
Keep in mind, this is what's been happening once he's been on the top lane. He's going to push in to the inhibitor turret. He's looking to get some more damage, but I think that might have been an overstep.
Yeah, that could have been. He does have Subjugate available though, if he wants it, and he isn't going to... He's going to go down to the Dragon Rage kick there.
Yeah, and... Oh, man. It's looking possible for Ike. That's the thing. They've been able to get 1 or 2 pickoffs, but PMA just seem to be on the ball when it comes to these engages. Like,
yeah,
you see it, it's so clean. They know exactly how much damage they're doing. They're destroying people right now. I mean, it's hard not to when you have a fed Syndra and a Kiana partnering up together. And
yeah, and
the good news is there is good news. Solace is
that's good.
Your Kais is on 2 items now. Your Vladimir's got a lot of components. He's going to be scaling up quite well. You know, like.
Yeah.
It's getting to the point where I can start thinking we're not too bad here, actually, guys. Give us a few more minutes and we might be there. But
yeah, the Mana Moon is almost there, Byron, actually. Saying about Kai'Sa. She's 556 out of 750 right now.
Yeah, and as soon as the upgrade comes in, Kai'Sa just gets so much better. Now, though, PMA needs to seize their opportunities because their time window for winning this game is shortening.
Oh
As
yeah.
longer the game goes on, the stronger Ike's team competition is going to get, and that's going to become a real problem for them. But
Oh, 1T has got caught out. Supreme display of talent will just taking down Laudio, not picking up an assist, sadly. And I bet he's going to be feeling bad about that. But 1T is definitely going to be feeling worse.
Yeah, exactly. And now we're just going to be seeing PMA play, like, push into aggressive vision and press it out.
Oh, the death charge is coming down. But he... Oh no, the death charge didn't go down, actually. I thought he came down, yeah. Gandhi seems to have sailed so as well, but I think he might have just flashed it.
Who knows? Unless the Brawn shield, is it? Maybe?
No, because he still got it. I think what happened is sometimes, you know how you... Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, a nice stop, but he's going to buy some time and he will be able to flash out of this. But yeah, I think sometimes what happens is, you know, Garen had that bug fix. Oh, no, the hot fix. No, not even a hot fix, like a bit of work done to his R, quality of life change.
Oh, yeah.
Where if you flash out of vision, it doesn't connect. But they still have the ult. I think it's kind of the same boat with Nautilus. Impress actually flashed out. Because I swear I definitely heard the sound of the depth charge come out.
Who knows? It's a mystery. It might even be a spectator, but who knows? Like,
maybe, yeah.
It's a complete mystery, but what we do know that isn't a mystery is that the next Baron's going to be up in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And another big objective to play around. It's always a fan for PMA. They've been able to secure 3 out of the 3 Barons this series so far. And
oh, backing on a ward. Impress. You know better than that.
And now, off that pick, I feel like if they kill Onesie here...
They're going to look for him. Dragon's Rage isn't available, but they have the death charge, I believe. The hook is going to land onto Charmander. Death charge not even needed.
It's Baron time.
It is. Dear me.
Yeah, of course, these fixed. They're going to be able to score the Baron buff, and then they're going to be able to start making these big pushes happen. They could also probably head down to the... At this point, what's more worth? They can probably just walk down and get the in-hit. I feel like getting the in-hit is better.
They are going to look for Spring on this bot side, though, to trade it up, and it looks like he will go down. Subjugate is used. That's a dead on. In Spring giving his life to this Baron. But he should have been able to back off, but oh well. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it is, and my goodness, PMA have just destroyed this series. I want to highlight, in particular, last. I mean,
yeah,
his Vayne performance last game was insane, and his Kiana performance right now is, you could argue, so good.
Yes,
it's ridiculous.
Almost. But we do have something good finally in the side of Ike.
Hey.
It is the Mana Moon coming in for Kai'Sa. It is, yeah. No, it's the Mana Moon. Muramana, we are getting even better. Hell yeah.
That's the upgrade, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And give us a sec. Simon is nearing that death cap. And these two, Byron. This Kai'Sa, this Vladimir. This is what Ike need. They need it.
We've already seen Simon done so many good hero plays.
Yeah.
Now imagine if he did that, death cap down on top. All of a sudden, the fight changes. And same with this Kai'Sa, the fact that she's been able to secure herself 2 very strong items right now, heading towards Zhonya's for the 3rd. It's looking great for Cold as well, and now these champions are starting to come online, but is it too late?
Oh, it does connect onto Leocon, the Glacial Fisher. Spring, and in he comes. Press isn't able to block it with the Ornhorn. Double kill onto that Vladimir, and he has just gone down though. Laudio picking up so much. Kiana is in the backside as well. Kai'Sa cannot do anything. This could be end game, fellas.
Adventures are in the end game now.
Yeah, and, this could be end game. How much control?
Like Thanos with his how many Infinity rings with that? Infinity stones. Is it 5?
I don't know. I feel really bad.
I don't know. There's also one of them. 6. There's 6 Infinity stones.
Okay.
So I'm imagining that I'm trying to figure out the PMA Avengers story here. But Cold, He's not going to be able to avenge his
Oh!
teammates. He's gone. The ace comes
Oh,
through.
the damage.
Positive mental attitude. Certainly going to be feeling good
Oh.
about this win. Ike are going to be knocked out of the tournament. It's a last point.
They're gonna make the last ditch. Yeah, they're gonna blow up Trundle. Simon is gonna look for kills, but this Nexus is going down, my friends. The last auto comes in, and PMA progress to the finals.
Yes, they do, and that is nothing short of a dominant showing in the semi-finals, and it's exactly the kind of boost you want heading in to the finals. And I'm sure they'll be grinning with glory knowing that they were able to knock out Ike as well. Unfortunately, Ike will not be able to continue in the competition. They have been knocked out. They lose in the semis, so they will be a tied third place overall. But I mean, PMA, they just there's no argument there. The macro play was just so much cleaner. Both games.
Yeah, it really was. I just thought they look such the better team today, PMA, and I don't know. This matchup against it could be against WSL, Claytrons, or OP Nerds. I believe who are left in this competition.
Indeed, you are correct. Unfortunately, the Gauntlet game that was supposed to go on today between OPNet and Collections has been rescheduled due to some availability issues. When that gets played out, we'll then figure out when we want to play the semi-finals between WSL and the winner of that Gauntlet match. And then after that, waiting for them in the finals will be PMA to decide who will be your Valanth League Gold Plat champions. Now, before we go, John Joe, there's always that one question we have to answer. But
Yeah.
in this game, I actually think it's a little bit too easy. And it's who's
Uh.
your MVP?
Yeah. I think there's only one word for this, and it's if it's not the first, it's the last.
It certainly is. I mean, imagine heading into a series, getting your signature champion and popping off on it, but then switching roles to a
Midway through.
completely different lane, playing a completely different style of champion, and then styling on the enemy team even harder.
I don't know.
Like
It's
that is a bonkers player right there. Last, you're in chat, you're bonkers, mate. You're so good.
it,
And
it was very strong performance there, and
yeah,
I am losing my voice as we speak.
and
So
well, unfortunately, I also lost their match, and they will be
yep.
playing out the tournament. But before we go, let's say thank you for everyone coming along. And I swear, and now we have a nice little gauntlet run actually happening now, all the way from the gauntlet finals game to the semis to the finals. And there are
Oh yeah.
always going to be teams waiting now. And I mean, PMA, they are the final boss now.
Yeah, that's what they've signified themselves as.
Yeah,
And I don't know, there's not much more to say. They've been absolutely brilliant today.
they really have. They play a scaling composition very, very well. They play to their win conditions. They win the team fights. And then they play a snowboarding composition very well. They play to their win conditions. They win through skirmishes and object. Like, they understand how to play League of Legends in several styles. And it's very easy to find teams that are good at one style and are very good
Mm,
at playing that one style and understanding what to do in those kind of situations. But flexibility is an incredibly difficult thing to achieve, especially at this level.
yeah.
And it's a testament to PMA that they've been able to make it this far in the tournament and show such good adaptation. However, I will now say farewell to you guys. Tune in whenever is this gauntlet match going to happen, because it's sure to be exciting to find out who will be on their way on the road to the finals against
Yeah.
EMA. Once again, thanks, John Joe, for casting. You're a lovely man.
Oh
And
good.
sure we'll
So
do
are
some
you, my
success.
friend.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you guys around.
Yep. See you later. See you next time. And where the bloody hell is Travis?